Genes. Let's talk about it. In the last Tyler Perry video that I talked about, I mentioned genes and I didn't get back to it. And I'm glad I didn't get back to it because had I talked about genes, that would have took me way off tangent. So let's talk about it. Chromosomes. Humans have 46 of them. Primates have 48. 46 chromosomes for humans, 48 chromosomes for primates. Lions have 36. There goes your evolution right there. Right? You take evolution, throw it out the window. Okay? Because not nearly enough time has gone by for animals with 48 chromosomes to later produce life with 46. We don't come from apes. Facts. One thing I don't like discussing is religion. But I will digress for a second before I get to Lloyd Pye. You never heard that name before. And if you looked it up and you listened to him, some of the topics that he talked about, you might easily just turn that off and say, why did he introduce me to this? You gotta listen. You gotta listen. Lloyd Pye was a great man. Facts. Okay? God bless the ascended. Lloyd Pye was a great man. Lloyd. Lloyd Pye. Pye. Check him out. Okay? A lot of his stuff is old and dated, but old and dated and relevant. And and the information he talked about was ascertained by a lot of hard work, a lot of research. Facts. Okay? 46 chromosomes. 48 for primates, 46 for humans. We don't come from primates. We just don't. And I was talking about religion. In your Bible, it mentions the whole taking a rib from Adam to make Eve and all of this stuff. Well, to the so-called modern mind, what does that sound like? Okay? Sounds like gene splicing. Think about it. Stay with me for a sec. Okay? It sounds like what's being done in labs today when doctors get together and create a watermelon that doesn't have seeds or seedless grapes, all right? Or cloning, stem cell research. Doesn't that sound like do we have the modern scientific terms? You hear about somebody taking a rib from a living being and creating another living being. Doesn't that sound like science? Sounds like science to me. It just does. Okay? 46 chromosomes. Now, we know at this point that humans are not the only life in the solar system. We just know that. Okay? And if you don't know that, get over it. Okay? We know that. How do we know this? Well, we can look at the giant monoliths that are here on the planet that have existed for a long time that we can't build today with our own current technology. Can't do it. The links will be in the description. Long 50-foot obelisks that were never erected. Close your eyes and imagine it. A large piece of granite that was cut in the shape of the obelisk in the ground. Baby butt smooth. It's got a crack in it. They press too hard. So they leave it there in the ground after cutting completely out except for under the bottom. Think of it. What would if it hadn't have cracked? And I will include that link in the description. If that obelisk that's 50 feet had not cracked, how are they going to cut underneath it to get it out the ground? Think about that. And do we have the tools to do that today, or the machinery to do that today? We do not. Do not have the know-how or the machinery to do that today. Pyramids on every continent, not just Africa. More pyramids in China than in Africa. Facts. Okay. Whether you're studying or not is irrelevant. Just telling you, there's a multitude of evidence that life didn't start on this planet. Even coming up in your own school systems, your own mind controlled school systems. Think about it. Stay with me. You all remember the map of the solar system. You got this. You got our sun. You have Mercury. You have Venus, Earth, Mars, etc. And as you move out, you got this place that we call the asteroid belt, where a planet used to be, because the science that we have today tells us where planets should be, spaced out, in a solar system. And there's a missing planet there. But you know what is there? A whole lot of rock. We call the asteroid belt. Another name for it is the hammer bracelet, the hammered bracelet. Okay, but just asteroid. Now, some say the name of that planet was Marduk. Okay, some say the name of the planet was Tiamat. Okay, well, whichever one you do the research, you go into it and discover it for yourself. There was a planet there. All right, now our planet Earth is unique in a couple of ways. It's the only planet in our solar system that we know, and the only planet that we know about where the continents drift. That's not a natural occurring event. That in itself is evidence. There's something big went on here at one point. Right? All of the continents are drifting except Africa. Africa is the only continent that's connected to the core of the Earth. All the other continents are drifting. And if you look at, what you can do easily, look at a map of the planet, the globe, for all you flat Earth enthusiasts, the globe, and remove the water to see what the planet actually looked like. The evidence is right in front of you that this planet was struck by something a long time ago. That the moon that is circling our planet now was not our original moon. There's no material on the moon that matches up with the material from Earth. Okay, all right. So we're not going to get into Nibiru and all that other stuff. That stuff you can look at on your own, and there's plenty of people doing that. What I'm saying to you is, I mentioned genes, and I wanted to speak about that. 46 chromosomes the human body has. Okay. Now, what evidence are there that our DNA was tampered with? Well, our second and our third chromosome are fused. You got chromosomes 1 through 23. The 23rd chromosome is the chromosome that determines the sex. That's the X and the Y. That determines which your sex is. Okay? Right? So 1 through 23, the 23rd chromosome is either the X or the Y. It makes you male or female. The second and the third chromosome are fused. That's evidence of scientific intervention. That in itself, because that doesn't occur in nature. Not in that short of time. Not even close. A lay scientist would tell you that. All right? This is some of the things I'm interested in. And I share it with you. The second and the third chromosome are fused. Who did that? And for what reason? Why would anyone fuse the second and third chromosome? What would be the motivation for that? If this planet was visited and there was a population of hominids on the planet with 48 chromosomes, and for whatever reason, to make a slave labor force seed planted, Anunnaki seed planted, and you wanted to do that, what would you have to do? If you come from a planet where you have 46 chromosomes and the hominids of Earth had 48. All of the primates have 48. All of the known hominoids have 48, and you needed to make a a slightly more intelligent workforce. What would you need to do if you wanted to share your genes with that hominid to make today's modern human? You would have to deal with the problem of 48 chromosomes versus 46. And what you would do is you would take one of those hominids and you would fuse one of the two, you would fuse their chromosomes to make it 46 to be able to be a genetic match for what it is you want to inject into that species. And the evidence for that is very hard and factual that that happened in our history. Okay, 120, 125 million years ago. That happened. All right, deal with it. If it's new to you, check out Lloyd Pye. There's a bunch of other people you could check out too. But anybody who's done it, Zachariah Sitchin, anyone who's done in-depth research on Nibiru or Anunnaki or things of that such, will go way deeper into genes if that's your thing. That's my thing. So Cosmic Farmer, I plant the seeds. Don't take it from me. Look it up for yourself. I will include a couple of links in the description for you. But I just wanted to get this evolution thing on the record. And no, thank you. No, thank you. Lloyd Pye did a video called "Everything You Know Is Wrong." That's a good place to start. And as a gift to you, I'll just include it in the link in the description so you don't have to search for it. Everything you know is wrong. All right. And I wish I could have had the opportunity to meet Lloyd Pye. He died like 2013 or something like that from cancer. Now I wish that I could have met him with the information that I have on cancer that I've done through my own research. I wish I could have met him then to be part of that divulging of that information. We would have shared information. He gave me the information I received, I needed to receive, and I would have given him gladly the information that would have prolonged his life. Okay, if you're interested in that information, then I guess another person you could check out is Argenis Vonderplants. Argenis Vonderplants. Argenis has transitioned as well. Yet reportedly he had an accident in Thailand at his home on a second-story balcony that gave way, and he hurt his back, had internal bleeding, hemorrhaging, and shit like that. But and he lived to be pretty old. He lived to a good age and was very strong at that age, eating a certain way. Another seed planted. I'm not going to put that on this video because that'll take me way left, but I will include that link in the description if you're interested in it so that you can have that seed as well. And a lot of the what you call dis-ease, your body not being at ease, has a lot to do, well, almost everything to do with the environment and what you put in your mouth. I don't want to digress too far. I will include Argenis Vonderplants out of respect because the information that he gave for free. It's humanitarian. He's just another great man, another great soul. So and those souls need to be honored and respected, if not revered, for their contribution to the greater good of living on this planet, existing on this planet. Genes 48, 46. No, thank you. Look into it. All right. You live in a time where you have to become your own historian. You have to become your own scientist. You have to become your own nutritionalist. Because I got to believe that you care more about you than anybody else. I mean, you're supposed to. You're supposed to care about yourself more than I care about you. Did I say something crazy? Right? So if you're supposed to care about you more than anybody else is supposed to care about you, then you owe it to yourself to arm yourself with as much information as you need to arm yourself with. Now, you will go through information, and sometimes it'll be hard to verify whether this is good information or bad information. I would suggest that you utilize the original language, the language of vibration. Everything has a vibrational tone. You can tell if somebody is giving you something that's good for you in the moment, or somebody's selling you a lemon. Here on this channel, I'm not selling you anything. There's no links for you to buy anything, or I don't ask you to like anything, or I don't ask anything of you. Listen, this is almost therapy for me. I sort of feel good if I learn something that is beneficial and I've shared it, even if only 3 or 4 people see it. I feel like that's the impact that I'm supposed to have. Okay, if 11 people see it, then I did my part to be a cosmic farmer for those 11 people. Links are in the description. I will say it again so I remind myself. Origins Founder Plants will be the second link. Lloyd Pye will be the first link. Everything you know is wrong. Thank you for coming. God bless you. Good day.